A really big welcome to the Salon Chat Room podcast with Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions, and Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look. Please help us welcome our guests for today. We are sure you'll be suitably entertained and learn something new and inspiring about our amazing industry.
We are delighted to be joined by Amy, the founder of Social Salon Club. Amy is a salon business coach, a content curator, and a brand designer for salons. Amy talks to us about the importance of having an Instagram account, having your branding on point, and how this can help you grow your business. So welcome, Amy. Hi, and welcome back to the Salon Chat Room podcast. Myself and Angeline today are so delighted to have Amy from the Social Salon Club. Welcome, Amy.
Hi.
Nice to have you on today.
Hello,
nice
Amy.
So, Amy, you run an Instagram platform to help and support salon owners with their Instagram. Is that correct? Or tell us a little bit about the Social Salon Club.
So basically what we do is we work with salons on their branding and on their own social media and help them to promote themselves so that they can bring the business in. We basically take that off them. So we take that stress, that pressure off them, and we use it to use their content to create work for them, and so that it looks more inviting on their social media and it brings them in more business basically. So I work alongside salon owners, and I work on their branding. I explain them how to take the best pictures and how to attract the right clientele, what to do with the prices, and I also work by creating content for them for their social media.
So it's kind of a one-stop shop, really, Amy. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, imagery for this industry is very, very important. How good your imagery looks on anything. Again, Locate Your Look has changed their website recently to make it more imagery. So having somebody like you on board with Locate Your Look, helping and supporting people like we do with their imagery is amazing. So they contact you. You will do anything from branding to posts to design, anything like that.
Yeah, so that's basically how I do. So I've got different packages as to what we work for. I've got an 8-step program, which is like a full program on basically if you've got a stylist or a lash tech or a makeup artist, anything like that, that is maybe creating beautiful work but doesn't know how to present it. And you do see that a lot. Like you'll see people just throwing on pictures on Instagram to show what they've done, but there's no depth behind it. And I believe that there are ways and means to get yourself seen online, to show your work off as best as you can. And I also work with alongside people in the beauty industry that are maybe struggling to bring the right clientele in and maybe lacking in confidence with the pricing. And kind of working too hard for too little money. So what I want to do is help switch that around and have people working less for more money because they're producing more higher quality work, and their business strategy is a lot better. That's basically what we've been working on recently.
So what platforms do you use? Is it all social media platforms?
Yeah, so the main ones. So I mainly use Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn. They're the main three. I think that also I haven't quite got there yet, but I'm starting to look into TikTok because that is the biggest growing social media platform at the moment. It's really, I don't know how, sometimes I feel like I don't know how to use it. I've got a younger sister who's showing me everything.
Younger generation, yeah.
She knows exactly what she's doing. But no, so that's the latest thing. So a lot of people in the beauty industry are using TikTok to create, content to show step-by-step videos of what they do. So I've done a couple of hair ones, but I've not quite yet got the feel of it. So I think when I go back to the salon, I'll be able to, do that a little bit more. But the latest thing is Instagram Reels, so that's a bit like TikTok. So I've got my head around that now. And reels are massive for, what's the word I'm looking for engagement. So to get people to see your Instagram profile, reels are the latest thing because they rack up the views, you know, in weeks to come. So you can post a video tomorrow, and then in 3 or 4 weeks time you may have over 10,000 views without even realizing, because it just constantly gets posted into the algorithm.
So I suppose social media is all about interaction, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
You're talking about depth, and we can all post something on Instagram and it goes on there, then it goes off. But I've learned that unless you do something which you start to interact with people, ask a question maybe, or put a statement that people can, you know, sort of answer.
Yeah.
And I think, do you find that the interaction is the thing that keeps people on your site?
Yeah, massively. Social media is supposed to be social. So you're not just building, you're not just putting stuff out there and hoping that people will come back to you. You're building a community. So if you're a business person, if you own a business, then you need to have a collection of engaged, interested followers. So you need to be posting valuable content, something that people can get, because people like, your customers want something back. So basically you want to be posting something out there that's really valuable to them. So it could be informative, you know, something that helps them. It could be like, for me, for example, I might post a video on me curling my hair, and you know, and that shows people then, and then people start to interact with you a lot more. And then you know, like if you interact in other people's posts, it constantly brings more back to you. It's more about building a community, and it's not so much about the amount of followers you've got. It's more the quality of the followers, the quality of your content. Yeah. You know, it's massively quality over quantity. It's about having that group of people that will engage in you. So more often than not, it's going to be your clients, you know. So you always want to be giving back to your clients, and things like you say, like asking a question, like closed captions, and things like that, like things at the end so it could be a post of a set of lashes, and you'll say at the end, what's your favorite style, you know, and then people start to interact with you a lot more, and that raises your engagement massively, and
they remember you more, don't they, as well?
Yeah, that's it. You become not just a brand, you become a person, a human, and I think that's really important too. Like I do a lot of logo work, so a lot of logo designing. But on my own personal hair Instagram, I have a picture of myself as my profile picture, and I don't actually have a logo. I do all this work for other people, but I don't, because my clients, they know me so well.
Yeah.
And I like to keep it that way. Like I'm very much like to keep in contact. This whole lockdown, I've kept in contact with a lot of my clients, and
so kind of you are your brand, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's really
personal brand,
important,
isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important to have a brand and have a brand theme. So like, for example, a colour scheme, you know, like, so your colours run all the way through your branding, and everyone knows it's you. But then I also think you need to be showing up on Instagram personally as well. So, you know, stories like of you talking, stories of you explaining things, you know, even just like I do these silly this or that quizzes on my hair page. So it might be, I did the one the other day that was celebrity hair. So I had 2 celebrities, whose hair do you like the most? And, you know, and that, it just constantly gets people looking and remembering who you are. And I think because for my own personal stories, I've explained to you, Kerry, is I was in a few years back, I was in a stage where I've been in a family salon for 12 years. And I think it was probably only 3 years ago, I found myself in a complete rut where I'd just been forced to be made self-employed, which that sounds awful, but like we had no choice. And I didn't have enough clientele. I didn't have enough to keep afloat really. So I had to educate myself in everything to be able to bring back more in from social media. Now it's completely paid off, more than I ever thought it would. And I think that's what I want to do for other people.
I think that's amazing, Amy. So what you've done is, even though through the face of adversity almost, you kind of developed yourself, which has now paid off. So even if somebody, I mean, I think a lot of salons and, you know, owners and stylists are going through such a tragic time at the moment, and we've lost so many salons. What would your message be to somebody who is struggling, perhaps and not looking forward to going back? Is there kind of light at the end of the tunnel in the social media world?
Oh, absolutely. You've basically got a free platform to like completely turn your business around. That was what I did, and it was hard work. It's not easy, and you've got to have so much patience, but it really is important to not give up. It is really important to not think, oh, do you know what, I want to do something else, because I think that's what a lot of people do in our industry, because it can be disposable because there's so many people that do it. But if you love something and you're passionate about something and you nurture it, then you can have a complete change around it. I mean, I'm literally talking 3 years it was for me to get to where I am now.
And other people can see your passion through your work, how you post, how you interact with other people. And if they can see that coming through, it's another reason why they're going to follow you, because, as you know, you are who you associate yourselves with. Yeah. So people want to belong to people who are enthusiastic and all of that. So, well done you.
Massive part of it as well is to do with your actual, not just the social media side of things, but your actual service in salon as well. And I think that was something I concentrated on massively. Is I know I can openly admit that maybe 4 or 5 years ago I didn't have the passion I have now. I was obviously younger and there was more going on, but I think that now, I think what I actually did was I upped everything. So I changed my products, I upped my services, my customer service has been, I've tried to keep it as excellent as possible.
Good.
And that's when,
that's my bag. Lovely to hear the little plug there for customer service. Well done, Amy.
Customer service is the most important thing, because I feel I've been working in the industry for 34 years, owning 2 salons myself. And I just feel that everybody can do a haircut. They do it differently, but everybody can do a haircut. Everybody can colour. But if they're not getting that real customer service, that real sort of kind of bond that you have with their customers, they will go somewhere else. And they need to know that they will have that sort of connection with you before they actually go to the salon.
That's it. And that's where social media comes in, because you can build up connections with people online before you meet them. And I, even in my messaging of my clients, and especially like a new inquiry, I make sure that I get my point across in the sense that I'm going to listen to everything they say. I'm going to do exactly what they need me to do. And if it's not possible, I'm going to tell them. I'll always be honest.
Yeah. But girl, you tell them.
Definitely. Being realistic with our clients is absolutely vital. Being careful what you promise as well. That's all the customer experience, isn't it? So, I mean, you picked up on that. And I think the customer experience can go right from social media. Like you say, people have to be a little bit careful about what they post. Yes, let your personality shine through, but not the bits that you don't want your clients to see.
No.
There's a lot of that on social media, and I do sometimes look at it and think, do we really need to know that about you?
Yeah, so there's a fine line, really, isn't there? There's that fine line between what you should post and what you shouldn't. But it is. So social media is a huge platform. It's grown into massive. How do people actually generally see your posts? So the people important to any business is local people.
Yeah.
So generally massive people. I know with my following, it's all around the UK, but that's what I want. I want my following to be all around the UK. But diversely, how do you break it down to get the followings that you actually generally want for your business?
So the easiest way to do that is by location hashtagging. So if you're from a particular area, so I'm from Blackpool, so at the end of my hashtags, I will put hairdresser Blackpool, hairstylist Blackpool, balayage Blackpool, or if it was lashes Blackpool. Okay. So if somebody goes to search into the hashtags, they will then see everybody that's from Blackpool. I actually got, in the past, I do makeup as well, and I actually got a major big break in the makeup industry about 4 or 5 years ago from location hashtagging. I actually hashtagged Makeup Artist Manchester, and I ended up working for Pretty Little Thing, the clothing company.
Oh, wow. We don't know them.
Yeah, that's it. And the girl had seen
my younger friends do.
She'd seen me on Instagram from hashtagging. I'm not even from Manchester, but I hashtagged it so that I could get myself to be seen a bit more. And then this girl said, I asked her how she found me, the girl that worked for Pretty Little Thing, and she said, I just typed in Makeup Manchester. So
wow,
that it can make a huge difference, you know, to what you're bringing in your local area or whatever area you want to work in. So like, I know girls that do aesthetics and have clinics in, like, you know, different parts of the UK. So that would be another way, is to post your location hashtags onto that, the end of your post.
Amazing. Like mealings like me, who doesn't do social media very well, that is an excellent tip, because so if you want your local area to show up and what you do, it's as simple as that. That's amazing. So people can come to you, Amy, and are there levels of interaction? So they might come to you and say, look, I just want some tips. Can you do that for me? How much do you charge? Yeah. And then they might come to you and say, look, I haven't got the time. Take over the whole of my social media and run it for the next 6 months, 12 months.
Well, what I actually do is, so at the moment, I do like a 4-week package. And I don't actually personally run anybody's social media, but what I do is I create all of the content, tell them exactly, because what we'll do is if I'm working with a client, what I'll do is we'll look at the insights. So your insights on Instagram tell you exactly when to post, as in like when the busiest times for you to post are. It tells you who your audience is, because I think looking for your target audience is a really important factor in it as well. So it tells you who your audience is, when to post, the busiest times, and how many people are looking at your social media currently. This is on Instagram. And I will figure out exactly when the best time for that person to post, completely create the post, the design, the caption, the hashtags, and I will then give that them to post. So I'm not responsible for anybody's login details. I just give them all the content. So at the moment, I do like a 4-week program where what I tend to do more than do it for them is I will also teach at the same time. So I feel like if I was to just take over somebody's social media for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, once I'm gone, then they still don't know what they're doing.
Are they? You're absolutely
that will continue. So what I would prefer to do is teach somebody how to do it themselves, and then they are enabled, even if it's not quite the same, they're then able to keep that consistency, because I think the massive point of it all is keep it consistent. I used to, like, when I was upgrading all my hair pages, I used to annoy people because of the amount I was posting, but I just kept doing it because I thought, well, at least nobody forgets who I am then.
You have to sort of stay in the customers' minds at all times. People lose track of when to advertise, so they advertise when they're quiet. When you're quiet, it's too late. You have to continuously advertise your business, continuously put yourself out there all the time. And salon owners are really, really bad at that, aren't they? I used to be bad at that as well. I used to be at that stage.
It's hard.
It's really quiet. I must get a bit of advertisement. But by the time people have seen you, you're all busy again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's got to be a very consistent level, I'd say, at least. I think with Instagram in particular, I think what works best is between 3 and 4 posts a week and at least 1 story a day. And that's what keeps it consistent and keeps you seen, so you don't disappear into the abyss. But Facebook is probably very similar, not so much on the stories, but on the actual, on your Facebook page, it's just to consistently be present, be there, where as long as you basically, the rules of it are to create valuable content, create content that people might want to share, because as soon as you start getting shares and saves, that's when your engagement goes massive. So if it's an amazing set of lashes or makeup or aesthetics, or hair, people might save it and think, well, I'll show my hairdresser that. And that's how you become viral, because things get posted and things get shared, and and if you do something that's relatable to people, and if you do something, you post something, could be a quote that you've made, like, so I design my own quotes and whatnot, and once you post that, if people agree with that, if they relate to it, then they may share it, and then that leaves you open to a wider audience of people then. And I think that makes such a difference into how consistent you are. Is it that the fact that this will keep showing up in people's Instagrams on days to follow, and salons,
that makes so much sense, doesn't it?
I think that salons as well find it really difficult to know what to post, when to post, and like you say, as soon as they become quiet, they're like, oh, I've got spaces here and there and everywhere. But the best thing to actually do is to not stop. Is if you're busy, then just find 20 minutes of your day or of your week to just do a little bit of work online. And that's where I will come in, because I'm obviously in the background creating the content and post for them. So I'm looking forward to when salons open, and then they can send me all this amazing content because they're working, and I can do loads with it, and I can make some really beautiful posts for people.
I think also I did a customer service Zoom coaching session the other day with a top London salon, and the stylists struggle to understand social media, some of them, because some of them were, kind of 35 plus. And I think maybe, really is it that generation, maybe 35 plus? I mean, that's not old. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is they were in that kind of group, 35 to 45, and they did struggle with the understanding and the benefits of social media. So in that case, the teaching part of it, I think, would work for them. So I'm going to be in touch with you to get you in touch with them, because they will definitely benefit from it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think that it may possibly be, like you say, a generation thing, but I also think it's a massive research thing, because I didn't know anything about it, and but my sister, for example, she's 16 and she knows loads about it, but I think it's more the research into things. I've done a lot of research into how to work social media. Basically, it's like it's not just that anymore. It's not like you just post something and it's good. There's so much behind a post that it's really got to be thought about. So that is again where I come in and can help others with ideas and little things to do, like to boost engagement, like giveaways and anything you can do to just give yourself that little bit of a boost. And you just notice, like myself, for my own kind of personal journey with it, I noticed that the more I was putting out there, the more that comes back. It's just massive, the amount of difference. I was coming home from work one night, and I'd gone through all this where I'd really struggled to bring people in, because I work in a family salon. I work with my mum. She's been doing it, like we own it together, and she's been doing it for 35 years. I've got my best friend in there who's been doing it 18 years, and they were both consistently busy because it had been years and years, and they didn't really advertise much on social media back then. They do now, because I've got involved.
You will post.
I was like, that's it, you need to post that. And I'm always bugging them to take pictures because they forget. But I remember driving home from work one night, and as I pulled up to my house and I looked at my phone, I had something like 40 message requests, and that had been gathered since 8 o'clock that morning. Wow. Just from new clients. And I was just blown away. I couldn't believe it.
Clients also, they want to celebrate in your success, don't they? And the more successful the salon becomes, the more engagement I think clients will become, because let's face it, clients want to belong to a successful salon. And if it's successful on social media, then it's going to be successful in real life as well, because you're projecting your business. So that's
like, so for the people that don't use social media, so when I created Locate Your Look, it was one of them senses of I wanted it to be a little bit like the Instagram, the Pinterest, because it is imagery. So our industry is all imagery. People want to see what you as a stylist or as a beauty therapist create before they trust you to do whatever they want you to do. So that was the reason behind it. But I also believe it doesn't matter where people find you. So if they find you on Locate Your Look or they find you on your website, they will still look up your social media. Even if they personally don't use social media, they will still go on your social media to see what you have created. So I feel that regardless if you've got a website or you're part of Locate Your Look, I still feel it comes hand in hand to give people a little bit more about you. So they could see a style on Locate Your Look and think that's great, and they read all about it, it's perfect. They give all the knowledge of the experience of the person, they give the price and what they charge, but they want to see more. They want to see you as a person. They want to see you as a stylist talking, or so they feel that they can get that interaction bond with you before they go.
Yeah. People buy from people, don't they? And they do. Yeah, they certainly do.
I feel personally that, like I said before, about being human as well as being a brand is majorly important. And like I said, people are ultimately visual. So if they're coming for a treatment, they want to see loads of pictures and loads of, and especially for me, like for example, in the hair industry, I think most stylists have like a niche, you know, like they have, they might do bright colours, they might do short hair, they might do long hair, they might do hair extensions. And I think it's also important to make yourself known in what you love doing. So I feel like a lot of people just post content out there that it's not valuable because they don't believe in it. You know, it's not, you've got to be completely authentic. Otherwise people aren't going to believe in it. And I think that if you don't like a style of something, whether it's, you know, in fashion or not, don't do it, you know. And I think that that's important as well. I think the fact that if you enjoy exactly what you do, whether, even if it's like, if you do lashes and you only do classic lashes, don't feel like you have to do something else just to become popular on Instagram.
I always say to all my customers straight from the start, you choose your style and stick with it, because in the long run, there's people like you that want that. Regardless if the person next door doesn't want it, that's fine, but the person beside that wants it. So there is totally lots of different styles, and there's enough clients out there for everybody, and they will choose you for your style, not choose you.
I think it's good also to be known for your expertise, because then if somebody is thinking, do you know what, I particularly want this style of balayage or whatever, or money piece, you know, that's my thing, and they go to somebody who actually has that as their expertise, you know that you're going to be in good hands. So actually what social media will do on that side of it is build trust with future clients. Yeah, so that's powerful.
Exactly.
So I used to have a friend actually who used to set her phone alarm to do her Instagram posts. Would you suggest that maybe?
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great idea, actually. Yeah, no, I've actually, that's new to me. I think that's great.
You can use that if you like, Amy. I'm not going
That's
to.
what you'll see on my Instagram next. There are certain apps that you can pay for to actually schedule your posts. But again, it depends really on what your finances are like and whether it's worth it. If something as simple as setting an alarm to do it, I think that's fantastic. As long as you're setting it for exactly the right time and day that's your busiest on Instagram.
And also, if you set your alarm and you think, do you know what, I haven't got time, it doesn't matter. You can ignore it.
We might remind you to do it later.
Yeah, it'll go off again then later on in the afternoon.
As Amy said, that's a good thing about scheduling, because you can schedule Instagram and Facebook for free on Facebook, can't you?
Yes,
so you can.
Together
all your appointments, all your posts from Facebook. So you can either, if you just Instagram savvy and you just want to, you can still go onto your Facebook and just do Instagram, can't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
See, these are all things that, you know, like the lay person like me actually don't know. So it's, you know, this podcast is really informative for even the level of person, you know, a normal person, client or salon owner or stylist out there. So just to pick up, like you were saying, little tips and hints along the way, which can make them a little bit, because it's like anything, the more you do it, the more confident you get doing it. Therefore, you do it more. So it's a good cycle to get into, isn't it?
It becomes second nature then to make sure that your socials are all updated and for example, the more you update your socials, the more messages come in. And so it's a case of I sometimes schedule an hour to answer all my clients' messages and I'll post that. So then they know I'm coming to them. They know they're not forgotten about, because it can be difficult a day in the salon or a day of work and not being able to answer people straight away. So I'll do, in the morning, I might put, answering messages at 8 p.m. tonight. And I think that's important as well for building trust, is that, people, that you care. People know that you care about them and that you care about their appointment. It's just that you haven't got the chance to do it yet. So I think that's quite important as well. And like you were saying about
competitions, Amy, I've seen a lot of competitions out there on Instagram.
Yeah, they are.
Is that something that you could set up for someone?
Yeah, so I've set up a couple of giveaways for clients recently. So it can be something like a service or a product, or it could be something. I mean, I've seen girls, like high up influencers, giving away expensive designer bags. Just something, but it can be anything. So I just had it work with a client that's done a giveaway at the moment, and she gave away a couple of skincare products. And
who doesn't love a competition? Or who doesn't love a giveaway?
Exactly.
So what do you have to do? So if I went on Facebook and I saw a giveaway, what would I be expected to do?
So if it was on Facebook, I'd imagine you'd be expected to like the page, to share the post, and to like the post. So what that's doing for your business is completely like raising the engagement massive. So it can send it to one person, and that can be sent to another person and another person, and then it can spread your engagement to a really big scale if it's done. Especially if you've got a really good giveaway prize and people really want it, you can send it to thousands. On Instagram, it would be a case of like the post, saving the post, because when you get your post saved, that also raises your engagement, because it's all about how the Instagram algorithm works. And then if you send that to, for example, if the person entering sends that to their story, reposts it, then that's it. Everybody that's viewed their story is going to see that, and then they might enter it too. Another little tip is to tag 3 friends, because you might tag 3 friends, and then the 3 friends see it, and then
Perry,
they start entering it as well.
Yeah. Oh, those are really good tips, because a lot of people see giveaways and I look at them, I think, okay, what do I need to do? The phone rings and then you're off doing something else. So if it is as simple as that, fantastic. I'm going to definitely do a few.
No, I've entered quite a few actually recently, because there's loads going on. I think with the whole everybody being in lockdown, I think everybody's just trying to do whatever they can, can't they?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing, because if you have the chance to get a giveaway or have a giveaway, then it puts even more excitement on it, doesn't it? We don't care.
It's the thought of winning it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So advice, Amy, how can people reach you? How can they reach out to you and find out what you do?
As in, how can they contact me? I'm on all social media platforms anyway. I also have a website that's got a little section that they can comment in there and ask me any questions. I think the main way to reach me is probably through Instagram. And that's where the most of my work comes in. And then a lot of it has been through word of mouth as well, a lot of the branding work. But anybody, my inbox is always open. Anybody can contact me. However, I've also got an email address within the website for them to contact me as well. I think
Kerry is going to be, when we post this podcast, she's going to be doing links and tags and all of that as well.
Oh, yeah.
People will be able to read.
And obviously people can contact me through Locate.
You can also find Amy and Locate Your Look. Highly recommended by us.
Yeah. Nice little plug there. Well done, Kerry.
Amy, I was just about to get to that.
It was an absolute pleasure having you on today. The tips we have actually received are amazing. I've certainly be changing my Instagram strategy from today onwards. And I'm sure a lot of people will be doing the same. So I will add all your links and your tags at the bottom of this podcast. But thank you very much for your time, and we will see you again.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to have met you, and well done for the last 3 years. You've totally smashed it, haven't you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.
Bye.
A big thank you to our guests today for giving up their time to share their own salon industry journeys. Don't forget to sign up to our channels so you don't miss out on the amazing guests we have lined up just for you. Big love from Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look, and Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions. See you next time on the Salon Chat Room podcast.